As we've said before, Windows XP is the most flexible and well thought out client to date, and that shows in regards to the tools that it provides us for networking as well. We can view the network connections that we have and the details about them, and we can easily create new network connections with these tools. So what I'm going to do is click on a Windows key and then go into Control Panel to Network Connections. I'm going to right click on Network Connections and then click on Open, which takes me into the Network Connections dialog box. And as you can see in the Network Connections dialog box, I can see the connections that I have, and I can also tell whether they are enabled, whether they're shared, whether they're firewalled, what type of network interface card is being used for that connection. Those are the ones that I have currently. Then we could also add a connection by clicking on Create a New Connection, which takes us into the New Connection Wizard. Click on Next, and we can see that we could create a connection to the internet, a connection to the workplace using a virtual private network. We could create a connection to a small office network, or an advanced connection such as using the infrared ports on laptops to create a connection where one laptop is a host and the other is a guest, and we can transfer information between the laptops. So these are the type of connections that we can create just by going into the New Connection Wizard. But Windows XP takes it a step further for home networks and wireless. So if we click on Cancel here, and then we'll click on Set up a home or small office network, which takes us into the Network Setup Wizard, and we'll click on Next. And then we have the option to install network cards, modems, cables to set up our system the way that we want it set up so that it can see each other, so that everything can be seen, so that all the computers can see each other. And then we click on Next, and the system says, okay, well, what do you want me to do? And it starts to walk us through all the examples of what we could do. So for example, if this computer connects directly to the internet and the other computers in my network connect to the internet through this computer, then that might be what we want to set up. In other words, we've got one cable modem in the house and we want to connect multiple computers to that cable modem to get an internet connection. We could even view an example of that type of connection where they're showing the internet out here, this computer, the client computers that connect to them, maybe even a wireless network. So as you can see, we've got a tremendous amount of flexibility built in to Windows XP in regards to setting up network connections. And the main thing that you should be familiar with for the test is the fact that Windows XP does offer the Network Setup Wizard, and that we can use the Network Setup Wizard, and that would be the easiest way to set up a home network, would be by using the Network Setup Wizard, which will just walk us right through it. And in regards to the test, we said at the beginning that we were going to talk about some tips for taking the test. So that's next.